The reason we chose Aurora in the first place when our child was in kindergarten um, was when we went around and visited all the schools, the feeling that we had just being here and being in this space, it was just so, it was a palpable difference from other schools that we visited. And there are some amazing schools, obviously, in this area. But the feeling of warmth, the feeling of just like exhale, you're relaxed, you're home, you're in a place that is going to take care of your child like it's their family. We both felt that.
Yeah, I mean, there were some schools I would say that might have been almost a little slicker in how they presented themselves, or maybe even a little more polished, so to speak. But Aurora, by far, of all the schools, was the one that felt like we can be comfortable here. Our child is going to be okay. And that was really important for us. We we really were concerned that we have the right school for our child, that it be the right fit. And it was almost instant. I mean, we both, in fact, we did tours separately and both came home with the same, like, oh, we found our school, now we just better get in. So it was that comfort feeling. And then only being here have I learned all the other great things that are working. So, yeah. One is there's just an incredible group of educators here. The staff, they're excellent teachers. I'm an educator myself, and I know good teaching, and I know good pedagogy, and it's in place here. And that translates to the second thing I love, which is there are a lot of schools that do or attempt to do thematic-based instruction, and often it's an experience of a whole bunch of different activities. Aurora knows what thematic instruction is all about. The teachers, there's a plan, and there is a theory of instruction in place that leads to real knowledge on the part of the kids. So at the end of units, they don't just say, oh, I had a lot of fun. They can tell you what they know or can do because they experienced that very well integrated plan. And then the other piece is, I think, the 2-year relationship with the students is huge. It just came up in a conference that we had with our teachers. The ability for teachers to get to know these kids, both as learners and as people, is I mean, I would recommend that for sure. It's just so big. It's made a huge difference in our kids' life.
And what I would say my favorite thing about Aurora, hands down, is just the teachers. Like, we've just been blessed from K1 to 2-3 to 4-5 with amazing teachers. And the teachers are extraordinary, and they're supported here, you know, so they're happy. I think that's huge to have teachers who, they want to be here. You know, the head of school totally supports them, and they feel that. The morale is really high, and they are just amazing. I'm not an educator, so I have a different perspective, but I just recognize the value of having amazing teachers year in and year out. We've just been really blessed by that.
And not just great people, but people who know our child. Like, I remember, you know, every conference, when we have our first conference, which is only 6 weeks in to the you know, knowing our child, they have her pegged. Like, they know who she is, and it's not like they're just saying how wonderful she is. I mean, they know her and are telling us about her, and again, it's just their instincts are incredible around what kids need and who the kids are.
And what kind of learner she is as well.
Exactly.
They really, they know her. They've got her down as far as what she needs to work on, what she does well, and really are paying attention to kind of helping her along the way to get to where she needs to be. And we really feel trust in them, which is a big thing. You know, you're sending your kid off and you feel like you really trust the person that you're handing your child off to for the whole day.
In looking for a school, find out what the school's about. Don't go on reputation. Don't go on test scores or other things you've heard. Find out for yourself and see if it's a match for your child. And with Aurora, if you're looking for a school that's safe, if you're looking for a school that knows what it's doing and why it's doing it, and if you're looking for a school where people take education really, really seriously, I would say that Aurora would be a great fit. The other thing is I do work around gender inclusion and gender diversity issues, and Aurora has taken that issue on, as well as other issues of diversity, pretty seriously, and are really committed to working on these issues and creating ever more inclusive spaces. I think they recognize there's work to do, and that's what's awesome, is they recognize it and are committed to doing it. So, I mean, I do all the time tell people about Aurora and say if there's any way you can do it, you should go. And I think we've gotten quite a few families to come, actually.
If I were meeting someone and telling them why Aurora is great, again, the first thing I would say is just what an amazing experience our child has had here, as far as the teachers. They've instilled in her a love of learning and a curiosity that has just been, she's just flowered, here. And I think, and it is a safe place. I feel like the work that the school really walks the walk, doesn't just talk the talk, as far as all of the really hard work that goes into building a safe and diverse environment for kids, and it's paid off. I mean, I feel like it really is a safe space for kids who are different in a variety of different ways, and that is amazing.
I would say one other thing, which is, again, a lot of schools talk about the social emotional curriculum and the importance of making sure kids feel okay. But again, at Aurora, it's done with real intention. There's a reason why and a process for helping kids figure out what it means to be part of a community, what it means to have your own feelings, how to work with them, and that commitment to teaching kids about that and giving them the skills. I've seen it show up in our home, and that's a real thing. I mean, again, a lot of schools say, yeah, everyone's going to feel nice and happy, but Aurora's committed to it, and there's a plan. I think, for me, the one thing I would say is, even though Aurora's this incredibly warm and comfortable place, it is an incredibly complex place, because what's happened, it looks so easy because people are working so hard to make it look easy and to make it look comfortable, because they know what they're doing and why they're doing it. I can't explain it quite well, but just like there's intention in everything that happens here. There's a reason for why it's done the way it's done, and our experience has been it's being done really well.